Go. Okay, welcome to the Choose Your Course Idea Workshop. I'm Donna Ashton, and I'm hoping you're here because you want to create passive income, you want another income stream, or you really want to make money in your sleep. So if that's you, you can raise your proverbial hand, and we're going to move through the very first step of creating a course. Again, I'm Donna Ashton, author, speaker, online business owner since 2009, and I've really created over $500,000 in passive income through my courses and my online DIY things. So I'm really here to talk to you about courses and how they can revolutionize your business. And just, I think I've got my slides here, so let me pop over here and do this. Here we go. All right, great. So that was me. Sorry, I was supposed to be doing the slides, but I'm not really great at doing both of them anyway. Anyway, let's talk about four huge benefits, and there we go. 4 huge benefits of launching an online course. Well, number one is what I said, of course, sort of the main thing that people focus on, and that is passive income, which is also leveraged income, recurring income, and just like another stream of income. This is very close. When I talk to people who are thinking about creating courses or my clients, they almost always have this as right up there with the passive income, is they want to impact lives. So I know that you guys have a big mission. You're out there to bring your work into the world, and I don't know of a better way that you could touch lives and many people's lives than through an online course, because you get to touch so many more people. You can only coach so many people. You can only, have so many clients, but you could have unlimited people that you can, that can take your course. Visibility in your market. Really, it raises you a level. I know a book, is really good, but also a course. It sort of sets yourself apart. It helps you be your expert in your field, and it helps you build your list. And of course, leveraging your time. This is taking you out of the equation, so you don't have to be the one that coaches again and again and again and says the same thing over and over again, but you can create this one time and let it do the teaching for you and sell it again and again, of course, over many years. So I'm assuming if you're here, you've thought about adding a course into your business. If you want to, go ahead and put into the chat over there if you have started a course but maybe never finished, or if you have a book, or if you have an ebook, or you have some outline or PowerPoints sitting around. Anything that you've got that you already have somewhat compiled that could be easily turned into a course, but maybe just you never finished, you weren't sure how to do it, you didn't see how it can convert over to a course. So just let me know if you have something like that. You can just go ahead and put that in the chat, and I'm going to pop over there in a minute. So we're going to kind of move forward here by creating passive income, with a course. And the first thing we're going to talk about is the course topic, and we're going to talk about the course outcome. So I'm going to pop back over there and see in chat and see, what your topic is. So you may already have something in mind. You may have several ideas, and that's okay. A lot of times people come with me and they're like, I have 3 different things I could do, and I'm not sure which one to do. Or maybe you have a pretty fixed idea, and that's okay. So I'm going to pop on over. Oops. Let me stop share here. And get my video up again over here. Okay, great. Okay, great. Hello from Little Rock, Arkansas. Yay, a network marketer, health and wellness. Okay, great. And yes. Okay, so if you have a certain idea of a course, and what are you thinking about for a course. You're doing health and wellness, so I'm assuming maybe it has something to do with the health field, or why it's important to, I don't know, because I'm not exactly sure what you're selling, but if it's some kind of nutrition product or vitamins or natural food supplements or something like that, then maybe it's something about keeping our bodies healthy, that type of thing. So yeah, feel free to kind of type in over there. And I see Coach on the line. Hello to you, Coach. How are you? Feel free to type in, if you can, your idea for your course topic. And sometimes we have sort of a starting place, or if you have a book, you may have a topic that your book was. So a lot of times when people are writing a nonfiction book, then it is their story of how they've overcome whatever it is, whether it's, weight loss, or gone through a divorce, or helping women, empower women, whatever. A lot of times it is that story and a little bit of how to. And so sometimes we have to take the topic of your book, which could be this really big thing, and we have to pick a piece of it. So even if you don't have a book, you might have an idea. And again, we want to make sure that your idea is profitable and that people really, really want it. Because sometimes we have a tendency to sit behind our desks and go, oh, I've got a really great idea. I know this would be a great course. And I'm going to go over this in a few minutes. It doesn't always work that way. I'm going to go ahead and hit share, and then I don't have to you can still see me, I think, over there. Okay, great. So we're going to go through some questions. And these are just, kind of food for thought. Again, you may be like, I'm not sure exactly what my topic is. I have an idea, but I'm not exactly sure. So here, just think about a couple things for a few minutes. You can just kind of close your eyes and just think, how do you want to impact the world? So this is going back to your big mission and your big reason for doing this. So maybe it's, you want to help people lose weight and be healthy, or maybe it's you want to help women go through a divorce and come out the other side happy. For me, my mission is to help authors, coaches, and entrepreneurs get their big work out in a big way, get their work out into the world. And so that's the stuff that that's what I'm teaching in my course and in my programs. So how do you want to impact the world? What is that bottom underlying mission? I know you want to make passive income and you want to impact people and all of that, but really, what is it about, at the end of the day, or the bottom line is, what are you trying to help with? What are you trying to change? What's your little piece of the world you're going to change? So that sort of, kind of helps you. I think it's good to have that in mind when you're creating your course or even creating a business for yourself, because it's, you want to stay on track with your mission and not get pulled away. And there's so many shiny objects and things that you can do, but the bottom line is, this is what I'm really here to do, and this is my focus. So understanding that. And then, what do you know a lot about? What are you passionate about? Or what do you already know a lot about that you could teach? So maybe it's your own experience. Maybe it's something you've been studying for years and just have experienced. Maybe you've already been teaching this to clients, whether they've been paying you. Maybe it's just been you've been helping friends, and people keep telling you, yeah, you're really good at this. You should do this as a business. So this is like kind of thinking down exactly what we want to kind of bring out there and what we're already good at, what we already know. Like, you're not going to want to create a course if you have to go study for 2 years and learn how to do something. They want you to take what you already have, which I call finding your brilliance. What you already know that you could package up and create the course. Or what are you teaching over and over again? If you are in your business already, what is that thing that when everyone comes to you, you sign up a new client or a new person comes into working with you, what are those basic things that you have to go over again and again each time, like the basics of it? So this is the type of thing that we're going to move into, you know, for making a course. Let me get into the next sheet here. So the next piece that's really important, and this may take a little bit of research, but I want you to think kind of right now. Oh, hopefully you can see this. Wait, let me move this out of the way. Make it a little bigger. There. I want you to understand your clients, because we don't want to sit here and go, oh, I've got this great idea. I know everyone's going to love it. Sometimes what we think clients want and need is not exactly what they need, because most of the time you are way down the line as far as the knowledge that you have about this topic. So Anne, if that's you with the health and wellness, you know, you may have been doing this for a long time and you're very up on, you know, things, and you live a healthy lifestyle, but your clients don't. And so sometimes it's hard for us to remember way back. And I had this in my homeschool coaching business where, you know, I had to think back to those who were starting first grade when I had, you know, kids who are, and even up to recently, now my children are starting 10th grade. So I had to try to think back to what it was like when I had 7-year-olds. Oh, I didn't know I could draw on this. Okay. Not sure where that green line came from. I don't even know how I did that. So what are your clients' greatest challenges? This is a really good question to ask them, and we're going to talk about that in a few minutes, or to think of your, you know, to kind of think for yourself. When you're thinking of your clients and what they need and what they want and what they're struggling with, what is the greatest challenge they have? If you can find those top challenges, those keep you up at night challenges, those things that are like the top thing. So when people come to me, most of the time it's like they want passive income. They want to start making income from their book, or they're so busy they have to leverage themselves. So depending on if it's a coach or an author. So if an author comes to me, they're usually like, I have this book, but I'm not making any money. And even if I sell some books, I'm only making like $8 a book, and I can't, you know, that's not going to create my business for me. I need to make some money, and I want to impact people. So understanding the greatest challenges will help you to determine exactly where you need to create the course, and the first thing that, you know, that thing that you need to bring them in with. So understanding that they may have issues, they don't have time to eat healthy. They have young children and they're running around on the go, or they travel a lot, and so they can't find healthy, you know, nutritious meals. They have to eat out, and it's really hard to find something healthy unless you go to an expensive restaurant, whatever. I'm just sort of making something up here, but what are your clients' greatest challenges? What do they keep asking for? So if you are already working with clients, what you keep hearing over and over again, or if it's your friends, if you haven't actually started, you know, your business, you know, is it your friends? Is it, you know, what do they keep saying they need? You know, what do they keep asking for? And then a really big thing is, why do they need this? And this is more for you. And if you want to take time, I don't know, did I send you guys these? If I didn't, I will send this out in the replay, the sheets that you could go back and kind of fill out. Because understanding why they need it will help with your marketing. It'll help understand the reason that these clients or these students need this. So for your health and wellness, they need it because they need it to be fixed because they want to be healthy. They want to feel good and have energy and not fall asleep every day after lunch. And you know, for my homeschool parents, it's like, well, they want to be able to homeschool their children, and they don't want to feel overwhelmed, and they don't want to have to send their kids to school, so they have to learn how to do this, right? Or my clients here with, you know, my course ideas, it's like, okay, they don't want to have to go get a job. They want their book and their business to sustain them. They want to make a big impact and reach a lot of people, so they need to get their work out. So that's the why. So understanding that why. Now here's some research you can do. Is there another course like yours or like the one you're hoping to create out there. You can easily Google, and this is something you can, obviously you can't really take the time to do now, but is there another course like this out there? That'll let you know right away whether you are, if you're on track. Like if there's already a course, consider that a good thing. I know when I first was going to create my course, I found out that another very big internet marketer was just coming out with a course on how to create courses. And I was like, oh no, I'll never be able to do this now. I might as well find something else. And my coach was like, no, this just means there's a great market for it. And you're going to bring it your way. You're going to teach it your own way, and you're going to teach it to your people. And it doesn't matter what someone else is doing, but that there is a market, there is a viable market, and that people will pay. So search out there and find, and if there isn't a course like yours, or you can't seem to find one, that doesn't mean that it won't work. It just means that we got to dig a little deeper and have to do a little bit more research for it, because we want to make sure that what we're bringing and that idea and that topic is something people will pay for. And in my experience, I have had this happen a few times in my homeschool business, where I created something and people were, the moms in my group were actually saying they needed it, that they were very frustrated. They couldn't get everything done during their day, and they didn't know how they were going to add in homeschooling. It was about scheduling and what we call rhythm. And I was like, great, like 95% of my people that I surveyed said they wanted this. So I was like, awesome, I'm going to make this course and it's going to be the best seller ever. And when I launched the course, I sold 2. And I have a large list, or I had a large list over there. And so I was like, what happened? You know, I went back and I was honest, and I went back and I said, what happened, you guys? You all told me you wanted this. And when I, you know, brought it to the market and offered, I created the course and everything, it was like crickets. And so they were, luckily I was able to get some feedback from them, and they said that their homeschool budgets were small and that they would rather spend their money on books and curriculum and art supplies and the things for their children. They thought they should be able to figure this out themselves. And as moms, they didn't want to pay for this. It was about scheduling their day and really coming up with, you know, how to fit everything in. So that was a good learning lesson for me. And I was able to take that piece, that course, and kind of bundle it up into another course that was all about creating their homeschooling and everything, because I knew that was the #1 piece they needed, but they weren't actually willing to pay for it. So it was a lesson for me learned to test things out and to really make sure, if you don't see another course like that, it could be that they won't pay for it. And just because we think it's a really good idea and they do think it's a good idea, it may not be enough of a problem to have them part with their money. So I heard this from in another class that I took, and it was about problems and the problems that we solve as entrepreneurs. And this woman was like, I never heard it like this way, and it really made sense. She's like, are you solving a headache problem or a migraine problem? And I thought that was great. She said, because people with a migraine problem, just meaning it's like, you know, a headache, well, yeah, it's a little bit of a trouble, but not that big of a deal. A migraine problem will stop you, right? I have migraines, so a migraine will stop everything, and you will get whatever you need to get to fix it, because you can't do anything else. So think about your problem there. And, you know, even within your own market, like health and wellness, and coach, I know that you are teaching to a ministry. So what is the migraine problem? If you can find the migraine problem, you will have an excellent course. So and we can talk about this. And then what will your student get from taking your course? This is your course outcome. And when I work with people in my group, we go through all of this in our first week. We really go deep into you know, the course topic, the outcome, and your ideal student. We're kind of getting an abbreviated version here as I'm trying to kind of go through it, but I'm just giving you some highlights of how to come up with the right topic that will fit you and that your clients really want and will pay for. So once you have that topic, what will your student get? Or think about it. What do you want your student to get from taking this course? It's thinking of it from a different way. It's not just a bunch of random information. And if it is, it's not going to be a very marketable course. You want your course to have an outcome, and you want it to be steps getting them there. So if your client is like, I really need to create a much more healthy lifestyle, then your course needs to say, in 4 weeks, we'll reshape your, I'm making this up, of course, I'm not a health and wellness coach, but I've done enough diets, that this course will reshape your lifestyle, even if you're on the go. It could be something like that for people on the go, helping you learn to eat out in a healthy way or something like that. You want that outcome so that your clients understand what they're going to get and what they're paying for. You don't want just a random bunch of information. I did some of my courses like this in the beginning. It was really great information, but there was no like, hey, if you take this course, you're going to learn how to plan your lessons for your homeschool. Like, it wasn't that tangible. And having a tangible outcome is excellent and will make your course very marketable and sellable. And then people understand, oh, great, that's exactly what I'm looking for. I need to learn how to have this healthy lifestyle. I need to learn, I have to lose 10 pounds to get back into my skinny jeans. And this is going to help me do that, or whatever it is. Or this is going to help me create my profitable online course, right? So that's my outcome, is that when you work with me, I will help you create your profitable online course. No less, no more, right? That's what it's about. That's the outcome. So I'm going to stop my share for just a minute and pop on over here and answer your questions. Let me pop over here and see if there is any questions. How are we doing so far? Okay, let's see. Okay, Ann says, yes, weight loss supplements with a focus on getting and staying healthy. Great. I'm an author and I want to help people understand and prepare for end of life. Great, through relationship building. Okay, great. So let's take a look at that, and maybe I'm just kind of coming in. I'm not sure who you are. That's just says Samsung, so that's fine. So let's talk about it. So let's think about the course. Let's talk about outcome. For you guys who are on here, I've got 3 of you. What do you want your students to come away with from your course? What will be the outcome if they follow every one of your steps in your modules? Again, if you have 5 modules or 4 modules or 8 modules, whatever it is, and they follow every one of your steps and they do it and put it into action, what will they get? What will they come away with? This starts to bring it down into a much more tangible feel of, oh, okay, let's see here. It's not as easy as it sounds sometimes to do that, and I'll be happy to unmute someone if you want to talk over with me. I'll be happy to talk with you, or if you want to go ahead and put it in the chat, because this is what I do, and this is part of the coaching. So let's go back to Anne with the weight loss. So yes, weight loss and supplements with focus on getting and staying healthy. So what will your course really teach them? I'm going to take my sweater off here. I'm sorry. This light is hot. Oh, Carol, I'm at work, but I can text. Okay, great. Oh, good. Okay. So that must be, Carol, you must be the one that was saying about the understand and prepare for the end of life. Yes. Okay, great. So what do you want them? What will they really get then? Prepare. So I'm assuming this is for people who maybe have a terminal illness or who are sick or something in a way, if they're, or are they just sort of, preparing there? So come back with that. Okay, this is Ann. I want my clients to not give up. Supplements is just a tool. Great. I want them to focus on the steps to eat healthy, on a budget, on the go, and feed the family. Okay, great. All right, so your course will concentrate on the steps to eating healthy, even if they have a busy family, if they're on a budget, or if they're on the go. So that would be your, that sounds like a good outcome to your course. And then obviously I know you have some supplements and some other things as a tool to help, right? To add in what you can't always get or what what you need, but you can give them the steps to getting there. And honestly, good. Okay. And, let's take a look at it. If I was coaching you, I would probably even tell you to hone it down a little bit more. So, because on a budget, on a go, and feed the family could be 3 separate courses. So if you really want to kind of niche down, which I recommend, it depends on, again, if your supplements are for families, or I don't know if it makes any difference in your, and who you want to work with the most. But you could do on a budget for a family, and kind of combine. And then you could still have some things in there about things on the go. But I think if you wanted to do eating out and on the go as even a separate course, or you could do these as little mini courses, smaller courses under your umbrella, since you are selling these supplements, as your business. And this is just sort of targeting different people, that you could even do a few separate courses that were just, they could be very similar, but the targeting is going to be different. Maybe, targeting families. Well, it could be families who are like driving around a lot if they have kids who are in sports or, extracurricular activities, and they're always in the car and they're always on the go to practices and all that type of thing. You could kind of put that together, but I think it would be to feed the family. Like if you wanted to come from that, a busy family, and then within the busy family, it could be budget, is fit in there, on the go is in there, and ways to make the meals go farther or whatever, by crock potting or freezing or whatever. Sorry, I don't know how to do that good myself. So something like that you could do. Let's see here. So for Carol, I know, Carol, if you want to give me any more information or want to, oh great. If you want to, just give me any more details about who this might be targeting. Is it for people, with a terminal illness, or who are just elderly, or is it for the people who, I'm just going to go back and put what you had here. Help people understand and prepare for the end of life through relationship building. Oh, okay, I want to hear more about that. Oh, great. I have a boom about prepared love. It talks about my parents and the many losses my family endured during unprepared deaths. I'm also a relationship and poet and life insurance agent. I want to help people understand why it's important to build relationships and forgive while they can before it's too late. Okay, and they won't be left with regret. This is where I rake what's in their heart and take what's in their heart and put into poetry form book. Oh, okay, great. Okay, great. So yes, it's before it's too late kind of a thing, preparing and making your forgiveness or your relationships. I guess that could be done anytime, but of course you want to take care of it before it is too late. So in that way, yeah, so you could help people understand why it's important to build relationships and forgive. So you're targeting, for what you're bringing here sounds like a good outcome, and you could choose to target different people. So you could choose to target, when you were selling your courses, it could be those who have cancer, or it could be those who have a terminal illness and want to make sure that everything is put in order. It could be, let's see, I don't know how to do a class on it. It may be better for seminars instead. Yeah, I'm sure we could do it. You could do a class on it. It's just about putting their affairs in order, building the relationships, talking with their family members, if there's been some discord over the years. I love it. Prepared love. So great. All right. Yes. So, I mean, you've got a lot. It's a huge thing, it sounds like here. And it just depends on, I think, who your target market is as to how I would kind of keep what you've got and then maybe target a certain demographic or certain type of person who would be looking for this. Maybe just elderly or older folk, those who have an illness of some kind, or what? Prayer is one of the essential. Oh, coach is typing in. Good, coach. I want to give you a chance to type. I know it takes a little while sometimes. Oh, good. Prayer is one of the essential in Christian life. Many love to pray and are lost on how to go about it. Great. Yes. So how to pray, right? The right way, or how to, is there a right way, to show people the right way to pray if they're in their Christian life. So exactly, that would be an excellent outcome. So your course, in essence, if that's what you were going to do your course on, would be about how to pray. Or how to pray and get results. I don't know exactly what it is they're looking for there. It's essential. It's essential for what? To kind of build their faith or whatever. I mean, there could be other things that could go in there. Would make it. Okay, great. I have concepts and principles. Great. I know you do have a lot, Coach. In there. All right, I'm going to just pop back over here to my slides for a few minutes and I'll be back. If you guys want to keep typing or have any other comments, go ahead. Oh, here we are talking about the course outcome. So what results will the students get? That's what we're really doing it. And I really want you to think in terms of that when you're creating your course topic or your idea. Think tangible. Think, what will your students get if they follow all of your principles or your concepts or your steps? What will they come away with? Will they come away with, healthier relationships or feeling like their life is in order if they need this at the end of their life? Or what will they, what will the result be? And that's the tangible thing that you will have to stick to. And what I find, it makes it a lot easier to create the course if you know where you're going. So this is like your end point. You're here and you want to take your clients, your students are here and they want to get here. Now you're going to create the roadmap to get them there. And your course will become the roadmap. So then way you'll know where you're going, because we all know a lot about our topics. We could probably do several courses, but we don't want to give them everything in one course. Like around health and fitness, that could be so many courses about exercise, about like nutrition, about, like we said, eating out, about whole foods, organic foods. It could be about gluten-free living. Like it could be so many things. So you don't want to put everything into one course. Your client or your student would rather get this one outcome and get it well than just a bunch of information that's so overwhelming they can't go forward. So if it sounds like it's going to be something very large when you're starting to do it, I urge you to break it down or to niche it down. Like I said, with the health and wellness, even niching it down just to families on the go, or just to those on a budget, like how to have a healthy lifestyle on a budget. People understand that and they'll go, great. And they know exactly what they're expecting when they see it. And they don't have to go, oh, is this about everything you ever needed to know about being healthy and have a healthy lifestyle? No, that would take years. And no one wants to get it all together because people these days are busy. They don't have the time to, spend, years looking through everything, but they can do this one thing. And then once they have success with that, they can move on with you further or to your next course, or graduate on to working with you in a one-to-one way or in a group course or something. So you don't have to give everything in the kitchen sink. And that's why keeping that outcome in front of you will keep you on track and will help you say, okay, I only need to put in here what I need to do to get them to this thing. Just like my homeschool, when I did homeschool courses. I mean, I could have put a planning and art and scheduling and first grade, sixth grade. I mean, it would have been crazy to put everything in there. But if I was creating something on how to plan out the first grade, well, that is exactly what they needed at this moment when they're starting first grade. They don't need to know about all these other things. They just need this right now. So just keep that in mind. That's my little soapbox there. One thing I really want you guys to do is, let me see if I can move myself back out now. Hold on, let me move this over here. I don't know if you can, oops, I hid myself. Okay, but you can still see me. Is to go ask. And this is an assignment I'm going to give you because we can't do it right here, but with my clients and when you come into working with me, you have to go test and you need to go ask your ideal clients. You don't ask your friends or your family unless they are your ideal clients, but think about who this is for and find some people who are your ideal clients or who you think are your ideal clients and ask them. And here are just some examples. I'm thinking of offering a course on a healthy lifestyle, creating a healthy lifestyle on a budget. What would you most like help with when it comes to that? And let them tell you, oh, you know, whatever. They'll give you some feedback and they'll like, oh, what I really need. And sometimes it might be like, what I really need is, you know, how to get my kids to eat the food that I buy, even if it is healthy. You know what I mean? Sometimes you're like, oh, I thought it was this, but it's really this. So you'll find a lot, and I promise you about 90% of the time when I'm working with clients, after the feedback, they tweak their course topic and the outcome. Because we think it's this, and it might be this, but it also might have this slant. I had a woman who was creating, helping people create engaging presentations. It was for people who did speaking in their professionals in corporate, kind of a corporate place. And it was all about, she thought people were wanting to know how to create the presentations, like how to do the slides and what good things to put in it. But when she did her feedback, what most people were worried about was the actual presentation. They were scared. They didn't know how to get up there. They were afraid they were going to flail all over the place or, you know, not come across confident. So she switched, and that her emphasis was more about the presenting it rather than creating the presentation. If she had gone with creating, she would have not got, she might have got a few people, but everyone said they wanted this piece. So she tweaked it. She still had how to create it, but it was a smaller focus, and she focused more on the back end, the presenting, and how to get through it without butterflies and freaking out or whatever in front of people. So whatever way you need to do, if you already have people who are on your email list, you can send an email. A survey works really well. You can do a free survey at surveymonkey.com, and you can create, I don't want you creating 20 questions. It needs to be like 4 questions, okay? This needs to be quick and easy. Or if you're on Facebook and you're in a Facebook group with other people who could be, or find Facebook groups. This is a really big thing. Go to a Facebook group that is your ideal clients. It could be, you know, busy moms looking for healthy lifestyle, or it could be people with terminal cancer, and ask them. I'm thinking about offering a course on getting the prepared love and having things, you know, mended before it's too late. Who would be interested in this? How important is it to get this fixed, or how important would it be for you to get this resolved? And would you be willing to pay? You may or may not put that. I think I'm going to revise that, because most people will say, you could say, would you be willing to pay? But most people don't understand in this concept how much they would be willing to pay until they've been presented with all of the facts. So you could just say, would you be willing to pay, or what would it be worth to you to get this fixed? And if they say it would be worth everything, that's what you're looking for. Or like, oh my gosh, I have to get this fixed right now. Again, we're looking for the migraine problem. A migraine will stop you. You can't function. You can't work. You can't sleep. You're sick. And you'll do anything to get it fixed so that you can go on with your life again. So that's what we're looking for here. So don't skip this step. Go back and check things out. Do some testing. If you know someone already, call them up or say, hey, can we have a quick conversation? I'd just like to ask you a few questions. And try to get more than 1 or 2 people. If you can get 10 people, you can get 20 people. The more the better, is you'll start to see a pattern of people. And if you're like 10 people said this, one person said this, one person said this, you can kind of, you know, not discount it, but you want to go with the majority, and you need to have enough people in order to get the majority. All right, let me go here and see where I am here. I'm going to pop back over real quick. Isn't that lovely? Don't you just want to sit on the beach, do your work, and make your money, and take your vacations? and yeah. Okay, let's see what we've got here. All right, anybody have any other questions about what we've talked about here, or they kind of are like, okay with, since we've only got 3, I can really kind of go deep here. So if you do have any questions about where you should start, or anything about the topic, or where you should find people, then please go ahead and post over there. I'll just pop back over here to our beautiful, oh, wait a minute. I'm at work thinking how nice it would be to travel from place to place and write and teach. Exactly. And I have a story, just a quick story. This was about 5 years ago. My mom and I took a cruise together. My kids were small, so my husband gifted it to me for, you know, it was a short cruise, I think like 5 days. But we went, and it was like a surprise, you know, and I already had some things planned. I was doing a promotion. And I only had like 3 weeks before, 2 weeks, I think. It was really soon after my birthday. It was like, you're leaving in 2 weeks. And I was like, ah! But luckily, I had my passive income thing set up, and I went in and I, you know, automated some emails and things. And so we left on our cruise. I'm like, I'm having a sale while I'm gone, you know. And I did have an assistant to try to help, you know, if anything weird happened. But we were on the cruise, and this was years ago. Like I said, they didn't have internet on the cruise. And so we had to wait till we went into a port. And I remember it was a few days, and then we went to this port, and I'm like, let's go to a coffee shop so I can check my emails. And I was like, oh my gosh, it was all these emails. You have a, you know, sale, you have a sale, you have a sale, you have a sale. And it was like, yay. And now I was like, okay, great. Now I can go buy those little pants I saw that I wanted to get at this port. And I felt like you know, it was like, you know, it was sort of cliche in a way, like I'm on a cruise and I made money, but it actually happened, and it was so fun. And my mom just mentioned this to me, like last week. I was up at her house up in the mountains, and she was like, remember, I don't know, we were talking about something. Remember we were on that cruise and we went to the coffee shop and you were so happy? I said, I know, it was such a neat thing. I mean, it does happen when you know, when I wake up, there's money, or I go out to eat and there's money. But it is nice to have that ability to go wherever you want. You know, and a little bit, but you're not tied to any one place. So anyway, okay, sorry, that was my little story there, but I thought it was really cool. So, all right, let's get back here. Okay, so let's talk about adding your course into your revenue plan. So if you already have a business, or even if you don't, you know, or if you're working but would like to create this additional revenue stream on the side, let's take a look. So what is your monthly goal from your online course? You may or may not have thought about this, but like, let's just think, and there's no right answer here. What would make a difference for you right now? Like if you could make an extra, you know, fill in the blank, $2,000 a month, $5,000 a month, whatever, like what would be like, hey, then, you know, if I'm making $3,000 a month from my course, I can start thinking, I can start thinking about how I can back myself out of this job. Or maybe I only have to work part-time now once I have this much coming in, or I could bank that money so I'll have it in savings. And when I want to leave my job, or if I want to go into this full-time, or maybe you're saving for something else. I want to send my kids to college, or, you know, what would be that monthly goal, and why, you know, why are you picking that? I know sometimes people will come to me and they just pick something, and I'm like, why did you pick that? And they're like, I don't know. So we have to talk about, like, what is it about? You know, the money's great, but what will you do with the money, right? Is it to help me? And you guys are welcome to jump into the chat. I would love to hear, you know, how much and what that goal will do for you. Will it allow you to take the trip to Europe? Will it let you, you know, scale back and work part-time? Will it allow you to take less clients? Instead of having 10 clients, I can just have 5 clients a month, or whatever, because I've got this other income stream coming in, or whatever it might be. And then I've got some examples, and these are all just examples. None of these prices are set in stone or anything like that. I just kind of give you an idea of, you know, different prices for different courses. So if you want to make $5,000 a month and you have a $97 course, you do have to sell a lot of courses in order to get there. So with if you're looking to add, you know, have a higher income, then the more your courses, the easier it's going to be to reach that. So I'm not saying you have, you know, what you have to charge, and it depends on your course and the outcome and everything like that. But if you have a $997 course, you know you only have to sell 5 per month to make your $5,000, and that could really make a difference in what you're doing. And we talk all about pricing and about the value of your course when I work with people, because a lot of times people are really stuck thinking they can only charge $47 or $97 and all of that. And I'm here to say that's not true. And the way I set things up for people, if you are targeting the right people and you're niched down and you have a solid outcome and your course will deliver, then again, the migraine problem, it is worth some, you know, is it worth $500 for someone to have a healthy lifestyle and to be healthy? Of course it is. Of course it is, right? Is it worth $900 or $1,000 to create a course that will generate thousands and thousands of dollars every month? So it's an investment, whether it's an investment into their health, their relationships, their business, their children. You know, a course is training, and they want a problem solved, and it's an investment in their lives. If this is disrupting their lives this much, it's worth it. And they're invested in the course, and they will come and show up and they will do the work. All right, so this is a way for you can just fill out, if you're wanting to make $2,000 a month, divided out by a $500 course, then you have to sell 4 per month. This is just to give you an idea. And it's also sort of a bird's eye view, is you don't have to sell, you know, you don't have to have thousands of people on your list or hundreds of this and that. It can be very overwhelming if you look at the big internet marketers, and you know, obviously they do have 50,000 people on their list, so they can do these big launches. But if you're just getting started, you know, can you sell 4 courses a month? That sounds a lot more doable than building your list to 10,000 people, and you don't have to have that. So this is a way to kind of show you that it's totally doable to make your money without having a huge list. And launching a course is one of the best ways I know to build your list. And then here is an example. This is sort of cut off, but this is just a way to how your year could play out if you did this. Like January, maybe you're creating your course. In February, you go ahead and launch it, and you make $10,000 from your course. In March, you get 3 new clients. A lot of times people who go through your course will also want to work with you. Like, I love this and I want to keep going with you. And so a lot of my clients have come from taking my course, and then I work with them one-to-one. So you may get 3 new clients, and then April is you know, you don't do anything there, you're just working with your clients. And then you can't see it, but in May, it's just rinse and repeat. May, you do another product launch for $10,000, and you get a few more clients, and you keep doing it, and you can launch your course 4 times a year and actually make up $60,000. You know, or even just $30,000 if you didn't take any clients and just did total product, you know, or 4, I guess it would be 40,000. If you did 4 $10,000 launches, 1 each quarter, that's $40,000. Who wouldn't want an extra $40,000, you know, to come in from their course? So here's what a successfully launched course can do for your life. Well, it gives you the passive recurring income. It gives you the opportunity to travel, as we were just saying. You can go wherever you want and take your business with you. You're not tied to a certain place. You can sit on the beach and make money, just as I talked about before, and have the freedom to take Fridays off. This is what I do in the summer, and I think it really kind of spills over the rest of the year. Like, I don't want to work every day. My main work days are Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday by noon, I'm done, if I even do anything at all, and I'm gone. And then Mondays is sort of my work on my business. Like, I'm the CEO of my business, and I'm going to work on some planning and some sort of, you know, big picture thinking. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are my coaching and my marketing, or whatever days. And the rest of the time, I'm just with family. I'm on the beach. We do live right across the street from the beach, so I want to go to the beach and spend time. And I don't want to work 24 hours a day. I want to spend time with my family. I want things to, you know, I want to be able to be with my kids while they're here. And I want to be able to help and impact people. I want to pick the right clients. I want to impact people across the globe. I want to give extra value to my clients that I'm working with by offering a course. I want to create that time freedom. I want to repurpose my course, which it could be repurposed into a book or a retreat or a coaching sessions or you know, a 6-month coaching group. Here's one of my clients, Stephanie. She worked with me in my live event last May, and we did a 1-day workshop where I had like 25 people come, and she was there, and we went through like the whole process, kind of an intensive. And basically this was on a Monday. She created her course outline, and we went through all the steps. She did have a list of people, and she had been working with some private people, but she was, her courses or her work was very expensive. And so a lot of people couldn't work with her in that way. She was charging like $5,000 or something to work with her. And so she decided to do this course and open it up to people who hadn't been able to work with her one-on-one. And by Thursday, she had sold out. She had 10 spots for $500, and she sold them out in 4 days and earned her $5,000. The following Monday, she started the course, and she can rinse and repeat and do this at any time. So it was amazing. So I don't know what you're hoping a course will do for you, but obviously there could be a lot, you know, think about it. What will, you know, what do you want your course to do for you? Is it, like you said, to travel? Is it to reach more people? Is it to help bring in income so you don't have to work anymore, or you can work less? You know, there's so many amazing things. I'm so passionate about creating courses and helping other people because it's such a win-win-win. You know, it's a win for your clients and students. It's a win for you, and it's a win for you making impact in the world and, you know, getting your big mission out, and for your family, and, you know, creating that legacy. So here's a quote from Warren Buffett: if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. And we definitely don't want to do that. So the moment you make passive income and portfolio income a part of your life will change, by Robert Kiyosaki, who's the rich dad. Here's mine: work less, make more. Simple and to the point. All right, let me pop on over here and see what questions you guys have. All right. Oops. I don't know why that's still showing. Oh, let me start the video. There we go. All right, let me see. Great information. This is so helpful. I have no idea on how to do this. This is definitely giving me ideas on how to start. Great. Yes. Carol says, freedom, $3,000. I need to pay off some debts before I begin to travel. I mean, isn't that, it's not the most exciting thing to talk about paying off your debts, but there's such a feeling of relief and like not always feeling like you've got this thing over here that you have to do before you can do something else. We had some debt that we took care of last year, and it was like such a weight. Otherwise, I felt guilty every time I was doing something else that felt a little frivolous and not paying off the debt. So I totally get that. It's like that time to just get rid of that, and then everything that comes in after that, you can like travel and you can do some things. So yeah, I totally get it. Could you explain the categories? I'm not sure I understand that. Oh, the categories of the courses? Yes, I can go through that. Just a second here. I want to leave everything behind and travel to certain places for a while. Oh my gosh, Carol, I know what you mean. I love traveling, and I got a taste of it for the first time last September. I went to England, and I loved it, and I can't wait to go back, and I want to take my kids, and I just love traveling, and there's so many places that I want to see, so I get it. Coach, okay, I think what you mean, and you can let me know, the categories, I'm assuming, is the categories of the courses, the course types maybe? If that's not what you mean, let me know. The pricing of the courses. Yeah. So again, this is just like a price that I picked. This is not like the only prices that you could charge for your courses. This is just sort of sometimes you just have a mini course, right? You just have this. So for instance, I have a little mini course, which is basically what we're doing here, but it's a little bit more in depth. It's called Choose Your Course Idea. And I do give it to my students when they come in and work with me privately, and they're like, I'm not sure, you know, and I say, go ahead and listen to this and go through the exercises. So it's just a little mini course, and I sell it sometimes. I've sold it for $47, I've sold it for $97, and then I give it to my students because it's just an extra little piece, and I don't have to go through in such in depth. I can give them that piece and they can kind of take it and start right away with it. So that mini course, it could be a piece of your bigger course. So I'm just going to explain what it is. And the $97 is just a price tag that we have come up with. An introduction program, maybe just something a little bit more involved. Like say it's Facebook, you know, you're learning Facebook. An introductory program might be how to do a Facebook group. And I can use this, let's use Facebook as the example. So a mini course might be how to set up your Facebook profile, or just getting started on Facebook, like something very small, very beginner. And then an introduction program might be how to set up a Facebook group, or how to use Facebook groups effectively. And then, you know, that's a little bit more, $297. And then a signature blueprint, and again, I just sort of use these terms, but they're just things that I've created. It's not like this is what everyone always does, but this is what I just sort of kind of chopping it up for you so you can see. So a signature blueprint might be how to do Facebook ads, you know, something a little more involved, and that really is, you know, there's a lot involved in doing that. And so that might be your signature blueprint. And then your trademark curriculum, or what's all, you know, just like, it might be how to use Facebook for business, which includes all of those little pieces and then some, like it's the whole thing. So maybe for me, I might be how to create a passive income business. That could be like everything I can show you about marketing, about launching a product, about, there's so many pieces here, running an online business. And that would be my whole big focus. But then within that, I have, you know, how to create an online course, and then I have the how to, you know, how to choose your course idea. So those are just little pieces. So I hope that makes sense. And it doesn't really matter, you know, I'm just sort of giving you an idea. And I work with you definitely when we work together on how to come up with the right pricing based on, and the price can be changed. I've changed the prices of my courses many times. I've added things to them to make them better. So I've upped the value and I've upped the price when I get feedback from people, or there's something new I want to put in there. You know, it's fluid. It's not always just set in stone. Coach, do you need to talk to me, or did you unmute yourself? Nope. All right, I'll meet you back. All right, I hope that helped. Okay, good, said it does. All right, great. All right, let me pop over here so we can finish up. All right, there we go. I'll get it big again so you can see. Oops, stop the video so you don't see me. There we go. So there we are, back to work less, make more. Oops. I always have this little thing in the way of this bar. Next steps. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna move the bar out of the way so I don't have to see it. Be in my way. So this is really the first step that I teach. And it's just it's part of the first step, because we didn't really go into ideal student that much. But validate your course idea includes the outcome, your topic, and your ideal student. Who is the best person to sell this for? The second is organizing your course, getting it all together. How many modules? Will you do videos? Will you do audios? You know, what will the price be? What my title be? 3 is the content creation. This is where you really create the outline and your content. These are your modules, and this is what's going to be inside each module. And this is the support materials that help you know, these videos or whatever. It's actually creating the content and any bonuses and support materials. Step 4 is your course portal, or your delivering. Where are you going to put this course so that people can find it and buy it and take it, right? They want to be able to log in and watch the videos, and so you have to pick a place to house your course, and that's called the course portal. Step 5 is to design your beta group, and that is running the course live. And this is the way I recommend doing it. If you've never taught this before or have hardly taught it in a group setting, I recommend running it once with a live group. So if you have 5 modules, it may run over 5 weeks, and you'll do 1 module each week and record it. And when you're done, you have your recordings all finished. If it's something you've been teaching a lot in workshops and you know that this is exactly how it's going to go, then you can pre-record it, and I think that's fine. But I feel like every time you run it live, you're getting feedback, and you're gonna hear from your people, and you're gonna make some tweaks and some changes to that. 6 is to fill your group, right? Now that you've said, okay, I'm gonna start my group on September 1st, I'm gonna have 10 people in my group, now I have to fill it. I have to sell into or fill my beta group and work on marketing. So there's the 6 steps to really creating a course and creating a profitable course, because you have to make money before it's profitable, and I want you to make money. So who's ready to make money with their idea? And hopefully all of you guys are. If you are, oh, here's my story here. This is just a little bit about me. Here's my kids, and this is me way back in 2009 on how I went from just an idea to making hundreds of thousands of dollars. And basically, I started my business, my homeschool business. I had no idea what I was doing. I was just sort of limping along. It was just extra money on the side, which was fine. I had young kids. My husband had a great job, and we were doing fine. And this was just some extra money for trips or for lessons or whatever we wanted to do. And I didn't really have a clue what I was doing. And I would some months make some money. Some months I wouldn't make any money. It was just going slow. But again, it was just extra money. Then the recession hit, and my husband, who's been in the building industry for like 35 years, lost his job. And there were no prospects of any jobs. And he was actually out of work for several years, looking back now. But we had no idea what we were going to do. We had some savings. We had some 401k, so that got us through for a little while. But we could see how quickly the money was depleting. And we knew we were going to be in trouble unless we could find something. And we started getting, we tried to pay what we could pay, but the thing that we couldn't pay was our mortgage, because it was the largest, bill that we had. And, basically one day a man pulled up into our driveway and started taking pictures of our house. And I knew that it was our mortgage company, and they were about to start foreclosure. And I couldn't let that happen. I had to do something. My kids were homeschooled, and even if I could have gotten a job somewhere, we live in a very tourist town where there was nothing here but restaurants, and I don't know anything about working at a restaurant, and nothing I could do would make enough money quick enough, in order for the money that we needed to save our house. So I basically borrowed money from a close friend to take a course on how to create an online course, basically. And I crossed my fingers that it would work, because I was all in at this point. We had no other options. And if it didn't work, I didn't know what I was going to do. So I quickly went through the material. Within weeks, I was putting together my course and enrolling. And my first launch earned $7,455. And that may not sound like a ton of money, but it might as well have been $1 million for us then, because it saved our house. And I don't know anywhere else I would have been able, in like 4 weeks, been able to come up with that money. So 3 months later, I relaunched the same course and earned $8,500. So I learned a couple things there. That courses created money when I needed it, and it created consistent recurring revenue. Anytime I needed to generate money, I would just launch my course. And again, generate that money whenever I needed it. So online programs really changed my business and changed my life, because I don't know what would have happened if this hadn't worked. We would have lost our house, and I don't know where we would have been. But luckily, it has a happy ending. So how could a course impact your business and your life? I don't know. Imagine if you could make that money in your sleep, or on vacation, or out to dinner. Or imagine if you could spread your mission and impact clients here, in your town or around the globe. What if you could turn this into a living, breathing course with successful launches over and over and over? I've sold my courses for years, the same courses, just over and over again. That's what I want for you, right? That's my mission, is to help you get your work out into the world. So let me help you get there. So I'm introducing the Leverage Your Brilliance blended program. It's an exclusive coaching program designed to take your book, your content, or your idea and create an income-generating online course in just 8 weeks. 8 short weeks with me, you will repurpose your content or your book or your idea. It doesn't have to be from a book, but I am working with a lot of authors, into a sellable business asset. It will define the best training for your clients and your readers. You'll learn how to get your students stellar results and hone your teaching process so you can teach one-to-many. I have a lot of clients who come in like, I don't know how I can teach this if I don't do it one-to-one. How do I turn that into a group or a course? And you'll learn how to fill and market your course. Plus, create additional income source so you can work smarter, have a downsell for clients who are not ready to work with you one-to-one. Design a solid sell from the back of the room product and upsell to your book. So if you're speaking at speaking engagements and you're selling your book, you can also sell your course and make a lot more money. And you can reach more people while working less. So here's what you get in the 8-week coaching program. My complete 6-step system, which I just went through a few minutes ago, those 6 steps, we're gonna go through step by step. And you get 8 weekly training videos, including workbooks and templates, 8 weekly support calls. These are group calls where I will talk with you personally. I keep the group very small. It's a maximum of 6 people so that everyone gets to talk to me and I know what each person is working on. And I will lead you step by step through the materials. You'll get a tech toolkit. So these are videos to show you how to do the techie stuff. I know some of you are like, I'm not techie. I don't know how I could get things online, but it's a lot easier than it ever has been now to do this. And I've got videos that walk you through it. There's some bonus trainings on doing video and webinars and money mindset to make sure that your course is a success. A beautiful portal. You have lifetime access to all the materials. And anytime I do upgrades and updates, you will get that. So if you create a course now and then you want to create a course a year from now, you can just go back and watch my videos and go through the whole thing again and you'll already have it all right there. And I don't shut it off after 8 weeks and kick you out of the portal. No, you'll have access. You'll just be able to stay right in there and access your materials. So here's the steps kind of quickly. The first step is your profitable course topic, where we go through the best idea, making sure your people will pay, defining your ideal students, and your outcome so that you create raving and satisfied clients and make sure you don't overwhelm them. 2 is all about the logistics. We want to price your course to maximize your clients' learning and your return on investment, deciding on the best format for your course, how many modules, how long, and create a rockin' course title that grabs attention and really gets your course selling. Step 3 is where the rubber meets the road. This is the outline creation. We go through your teaching process, which becomes your system, which you can use across your entire business, not just in a course, but could also be in your coaching programs or retreat. How to chunk the outline down so you don't feel overwhelmed. I show you the easy way to do it, really. It's fun. And we can go through it together in the course. Step 4 is deciding on your online portal. I'll give you the options and what I think would work for you. There's not a one-size-fits-all when it comes to this. It really depends on what you want to do with your course, but I'll walk you through the different options and help you with setting up your platform and adding your content. Step 5 is to fill your course. So I will show you the quickest way to fill your course and make money. We start enrolling people on week 5. So you would be, in essence, making money, I hope, making your entire investment and then some back while you're still in this 8-week coaching program, because we are going to work on your course the first 4 weeks, and the last 4 weeks is all about marketing and enrolling, and I want you making money and bringing people in while you're still working with me. So we're going to do all of that. And step 6 is to support your students. Really, this is a step that will help you to create your community and really give your students the support to keep them going through in the course, keep them engaged, and to get feedback so that you create this awesome course and has your clients shouting from the rooftops. Again, the bonus mini course I included in here, Choose Your Course Idea mini course. You'll get that as a bonus. And a special course review, a private 60-minute session with me anytime during the, the 8 weeks. I want to make sure that you have everything in order, and I've added this special bonus call for every participant in there. So to recap, here's what you'll get. My step-by-step system, everything you need, 8 weekly training videos and lessons, 8 weekly group support calls with me, marketing ideas to fill your course, your bonus mini course, techie toolkit, and the bonus expert trainings. And really the bottom line is you'll get a reusable business asset that you can earn income on repeatedly, an additional income stream of recurring leverage and passive income, a time-saving product for time freedom for family, travel, and living your best life, and a vehicle to reach and impact unlimited clients. Leverage Your Brilliance is for high-achieving, dedicated entrepreneurs and authors who are 100% ready to leverage their content and create additional income in their businesses now. And for that reason, this program is by application only. So if you think this is right for you and want to jump in, I suggest jumping in. I've got 3 spots available, so I'm running a little summer special right now. If you get in the, come into the group by the end of July. So if you want, go ahead and just, you can just look at that link. It's donna-ashton.com/apply. And we'll just have a conversation and make sure that this is right for you. And if it is, I'd love to welcome you into Leverage Your Brilliance. People are having amazing results. I love the group synergy that we have together. It's amazing because you've got people giving you feedback in the group, and everyone is sharing and seeing what other people are doing, and it's giving them ideas, and it's just a very nice synergy, and it's a small, intimate group, which makes it really, really nice. I know everyone, I know what everyone's doing, and it's not like I've got 30 people and I don't know who you are. So here's what happens after you apply. Your application will be reviewed. If it's a good fit, we'll have a 50-minute strategy session so I can see if Leverage Your Brilliance is right for you, and then we'll let you know. And if you book a session with me in the next 60 minutes, I'll actually review your course idea on the call. So this is just an excellent little extra. So if you are interested, I'd love to chat with you. It's totally complimentary and there's no obligation or whatever. I'll just go through again a little bit about the program, and if you book in the next 60 minutes, I'll go ahead and give you that. I'll go through your idea on the call. So let me go ahead and just stop share, and I'll pop out over here just to see if there's any other questions or anything here. Let's see. Great. Okay, great. No other questions. You guys have any last minute questions or anything? I'm going to pop over here and just put the link in here. Oops. Sorry, I hope you can't hear the thunder. It's like pouring here all of a sudden. There's like thunder and lightning outside my window here. Okay, great. So it's not as hard as you think, to kind of put it together if you know the right steps. And, there's no sense in reinventing the wheel. I've been doing this for 8.5 years, and I've created dozens and dozens of my own courses, as well as hundreds of courses for other people. And I know it works. And I do it in a way that it's not exhausting. Most of the people in my program are working a full-time job. So I've really designed this program for maximum efficiency. And, you really get it done quickly the way I teach it. There's no like taking 6 months to create your course. We're going to get the course done and up and running and making you money well before the 8 weeks. So if you just apply it and go through and follow my steps, you'll have no problem because the steps work and my system works. So it's just a matter of if this is the right timing and you want to jump in and do it. It's an excellent time to get your like the first your beta test done now, because launching a course in the fall is one of the best times to launch. The two great times, I mean, any time is good, but the new year is also a great time, especially for those who are like health and wellness or changing life things, you know, where everyone's like, oh, this year is going to be different. And the fall is another sort of coming back and kind of getting back to real life right after the summer. It's time to make things happen. So those are two excellent times. So you could have time now to get your course up and running in time to launch it for the fall, which is an excellent time to kind of get it out there. So, all right, great. I'd love to chat with you guys. So go ahead and apply. We can talk and we'll just kind of go from there. So I hope this helped you kind of get a solid idea and a little bit of an outcome, and I'd love to help walk you through the rest of the course so that you've got your course up and running and can really get your work out in the world, create that passive income, start traveling and doing the things that you really want to do. So, all right, you guys, it's been lovely. If you have any follow-up questions, you can go ahead and email me at support@donna-ashton.com, and I'll be happy to chat with you over there. All right, you guys, I loved chatting with you and talking with you about your ideas, and I hope to see you on the other side. All right, bye-bye.